Hello, forest fawns. Welcome back to Fawn of the Forest, the tarot channel for sweet, sensitive little woodland creatures. I'm your host, Fawn of the Forest, and today's topic is, do they regret ghosting you? Well, they should, but we're going to get some clarity for you today. Before we get started, of course, you have to pick your piles. You can do it the old-fashioned way by just looking at the different stacks I have here, 1, 2, and 3. Or we have our special spin the wheel, which I will spin now, and all you have to do is screenshot on your phone if you're watching this on your phone, or if you're watching it on your TV, you can take a picture with your phone camera. And whatever number you end up with when I spin the wheel will be your pile. So I will see you in the reading. Let's spin. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. The question for today is, do they regret ghosting you? And they gosh well darn should, but we're going to get some clarity. Let's just jump right in, shall we? Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, this is interesting. It's always interesting here on Fawn of the Forest, but all right, so I'm going to go right in here right now with this Ten of Wands. Yes, Ten of Wands reversed, which is the releasing of a burden. So that puts me into their energy of when they ghosted you at the time. And now, it's maybe been a minute, but at the time they felt like a relief. And that doesn't mean that you're bad necessarily or whatever. It just means that stuff got overwhelming for them and they decided to cut, sling, and bail. And in the moment when it first happened, when they first ghosted you, they did not regret it. It looks like they felt relief. And they were like, okay, like I can breathe now. The Six of Wands, however, is right next to it. And I just want to apologize if you hear any sounds in the background. There's a marching band near where I'm playing, and it sounds like a marching band, but it can also sound like I'm in the club. I assure you I am not, but just apologize for that. The Six of Wands reverse is like an embarrassment. I do think that they have some regret now over over ghosting you, but then we have the Star, which is like, I think that they were burned out when they ghosted you. They were stressed out. It might not have been you. It might have been you and a bunch of other things going on in their lives. But the Star to me indicates that they've had time to replenish and renew. And they're hoping for, some kind of positive resolution. Maybe not with you, but I think that they took the space that they needed. But they do have embarrassment for how they acted. And then over here we have the Six of Cups reverse, which is like, whatever the opposite of nostalgia is. It's like bad memories. Like, I think that they still, they don't see the relationship through a positive light. It's not like they're like, oh, like, I really miss this person. I really regret. I mean, I do think there's a little embarrassment, like, okay, well, it sucks that I did that, and I know that wasn't nice, but I don't think that they're idealizing the relationship that they had with you. I think they're still very much in this energy of like, I needed to feed myself and I did it by ghosting. And I'm not idealizing what we had. Okay, so interesting next set of cards we have here. We have Temperance, which is about patience in my mind. It's about also like transformation. I think this is your energy actually that I'm into right now. And so it's good. I mean, yes, I want to focus on them, but I feel like the reading is calling me to to talk to you a little bit too. And so you are, and I think a lot of you guys watching this, pile number 1, are very patient, understanding, empathetic people. And on some level, maybe you understood that they had a burden that they needed to release. And it's kind of like, I knew somebody once who was standing in a grocery store parking lot and somebody drove by, reached out the window, grabbed her purse, and dragged her like down the street. And she was hurt. She was okay. But, you know, when I talked to her afterwards, and I couldn't believe it, she was like, well, they probably needed the money that was in her purse. They like probably needed it more than I did. And I was just like, oh my God, girl. Like, you know, part of me is like, okay, she's like forgiving and all that. But I think like, you know, wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying? I think you're not maybe to like that extreme, but I see you being forgiving and being like, well, I definitely see you still wanting something with them with the Lover's card here. Because I like see you like, you know, when I said, oh, they had to go through like a replenishment, healing thing. I think that some of you watching are like, oh, so does that mean that like they're ready to be with me now? And I would caution you against that, especially with this death card here. I think that, you know, okay, so the death card is not a bad card. There are no bad cards in tarot, just so you know. The death card represents transformation and like the willingness to accept change. And I don't know how well you can see here, but the only one who is suffering on the death card is this king, like this fallen king. The other people, like this is like it's like a pope, I think, and then these children or this like woman, they're okay. They're not dead. But it's this king who's like, I don't want to let go of my power. He doesn't do so well. He doesn't fare so well when it comes to the death card. And I think that there's a message in there for you. There's also like, there might have been some pettiness or kind of like who gets the last laugh or the last word in the way that they ghosted you. And I think that you might be feeling a little hurt by that. I feel it tied to their embarrassment or kind of like maybe there was a final like parting punch or something said by somebody that still doesn't feel good and is still like on maybe both of your minds. Let's see here. Forward motion. Okay. Oh yeah, I think this is pretty clear. So I think that this last thing that I put down, it's like, I think that there's a desire for forward motion on your part, and actually their part too. But I think that you're desiring maybe some kind of conclusion or resolution, or maybe even like resumption of a relationship, and they are not. I think that they're desiring to keep going on their own path, which is okay. You know, we can respect that. You know, taking into account that death card energy, it's like if you don't evolve, you will be left behind, and the situation has evolved. And for a lot of you guys watching, obviously these readings are for entertainment purposes only, but like it's really more about self-reflection and, you know, kind of licking your wounds if you have to, and maybe focusing on yourselves a little bit. We have this 8 of Swords here, which is, yeah, I think that some of you watching are really looped in and just like can't stop wondering or obsessing or watching YouTube tarot readings or whatnot about this. Maybe even pull your own cards. But I don't see you guys being happy doing that. I see you being stuck. And that's not the energy that I want for you. And I don't think it's the energy that Spirit wants for you. We also have the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, the 7 of Pentacles reversed here. Now, when it's upright, it's like resting on your laurels. I think, you know, and like when it's reversed, I'm just getting like my intuitive hit today for seeing it reversed. It's kind of like you're just really stuck. You cannot move forward. And like, but the thing is, your patience and understanding and empathy cannot fix this. And if I tell you that now, I hope it kind of helps set some of you free. I'm going to go and pull some cards from my Oracle composition deck to begin to wrap up this reading. Just to give you a sense of, maybe some concrete words and commands or just mantra type things. Sense, interesting, sense. Decisions, let's pull another one. Reflection and wisdom. Okay, I didn't expect to pull that many, but it's interesting. They're all like shadow. These cards are black and white, and the reflection card, so the black cards are like supposed to be like shadow side cards, which whatever, I think like depending on how you view things, you might view it as shadow or light. But so interestingly though, all these cards were upright. So when it's upright, reflection means, interesting, disappointed despair, according to this little leaflet here. See? Disappointed despair. Which, yeah, I think that totally fits. Like, yeah, you were disappointed. Maybe you saw something in this person that you really liked. And then for sense, we have decipher and perceive. So this to me is like, yep, there's sense. It's just like you guys are trying to figure out what's going, like what happened, why. And again, that's keeping you stuck, at least some of you. And then we have decisions, which is evaluate choice. And this is where your power, I don't know how well you can see this. Well, evaluate choice, it's right here. I think that some of you watching have not been able to clearly see this person for who they are. And it's not like they're horrible. I mean, maybe they are, but like, I think that maybe you felt a strong connection with them. You felt a spark. And some of you might be like, I never feel a spark. So, but I do think that a part of you is like over-idealized the relationship, and their avoidance, quite frankly, has triggered that even more. Wisdom, knowledge, advice, kind of self-explanatory here. Yeah, I think it's time for you to go on a deep dive for yourself and really like put this in perspective. Anyone who ghosts you, even if, whatever, they're a good person, quote unquote, they didn't mean it, they were having problems. Anyone who ghosts you though, is probably not worth your time, let's be real. And you're putting them up on a pedestal a little bit and thinking that you can fix this by maybe over functioning or over empathizing or being really patient or being like, let's really try to fix this. But they're not thinking that way. They're thinking, move on with my life. So I'm going to pull an oracle card. Oh yeah, here, this is great for you. From my Mermaids and Dolphins deck. You see this? It's so cute. As like a next step for you guys. And it says here, simplify your life. Eliminate clutter from your home and work life to balance the flow of activities. For some of you, this relationship was like an escape from something chaotic going on in your life. And I'm going to read off the little booklet of what it says just to kind of give you more information. So here we go. Your energy has been fragmented and it's time for an adjustment. By drawing this card, you're asked to take drastic measures to simplify your life. This means clearing your home of unnecessary items. It's very like hermit, I feel like. And might I add, clearing your home and your brain of unnecessary items, canceling subscriptions to extraneous publications, saying no to demands on your time, getting organized, and being more efficient with respect to your schedule. Okay, so I just got a flash. Like some of you guys are just like filling your noggins, filling your life with a bunch of noise, whether that's social media, whether that's just being on your phone all the time. Some of you might have phone addiction, in which case you should take a break after this video wraps. I want you to turn this off and go outside. So, I mean, I think that there's like a void going on in your lives that you're trying to fill with a bunch of noise and distraction. But sitting still and self-reflecting, like the hermit does say, is going to be what you need. And simplifying your life, like clearing the clutter. I'll keep reading. You may feel that such a project is overwhelming. Yes, a lot of people do feel that way. However, if you take one day a week to whittle down the clutter, you'll feel an enormous lifting of weight from your soul. This results in an energy and esteem boost that will enable you to complete the tasks at hand. Your soul and body will thank you for your simpler life. All right, so yeah, I think that's a good note to kind of end on. It's like you have to take care of yourself better. And yes, it feels overwhelming. Like, take care of yourself better. Okay, yeah, where do I start? Start small. Start with one room. Start with one corner of one room. Start with 1 hour of a day where you don't feel, where you don't feel, the emptiness with something, with distractions. For a lot of you, this person is just like a distraction, and you're just like, please come back and distract me more. But since you're gone and you ghosted, I'm going to distract myself thinking about why you ghosted. Totally human, totally, but your higher self, your spirit is calling you to take better care of yourself and your mental health too. So if there are ways, and there are always ways for you to simplify your life, to simplify the clutter in your mind and your home perhaps, and your surroundings, and start small, because I know it's overwhelming, but I believe that that will be something that will be healing for you. So let's wrap up this reading. Thank you for watching. I hope that was helpful, pile number one. Wishing you all the best. If you liked that, please be sure to like and subscribe. I'm supposed to say that. This is a fledgling YouTube tarot channel. I've only just started, but I have a lot of fun reading for you guys on these interesting topics that we all wonder about. And so I hope to see you again in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is on the question, do they regret ghosting you? Obviously they should, but let's get some clarity and hopefully a reading for you that leaves you more empowered and just clarified on the situation. Let's just jump right in. I already shuffled the cards, so let's go. Ooh, Judgment. Temperance reversed. Somebody's impatient. Ace of Wands didn't take off the way we thought it would. And okay. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Always interesting. Okay. So with the Judgment card, I will say judgment, no judgment. Judgment card means like a reckoning, an awakening. Like you woke up. I woke up and I realized I was sleepwalking through my life. Interesting. I get the sense I'm more in your energy here, weirdly, but let's continue on. Temperance, well, basically when it's reversed, it means impatience. And Ace of Wands means like a kind of wasted opportunity for some kind of connection or some kind of project. Usually it has to do with something like to do with passion or creativity. And then we have the Five of Swords reversed here, which is like, how do I describe this card? It's kind of like a petty victory, but you didn't actually win. Now, here's the thing. I think that, actually, now that I've gone through all the cards, I feel like this is more this person's energy, whoever you're thinking of. I think that they are impatient and I think that they just want the upper hand, honestly. And they're impulsive a little bit. They're the kind of person who is like, I just have to change one thing and my whole life will get fixed. Like they call it, sometimes they call it like pulling a geographic. That's a good example. Like in AA, people call it pulling a geographic, where they're like, oh, I just hate San Francisco because, San Francisco is the cause of all my problems and me living here is the problem. So I just need to move to LA and that'll solve all my problems. And they just start acting on that. And yeah, that's not how it works. You're just like, you're still gonna have your problems. You're just gonna have them in a new city. But this person is not like seeing it that way yet. They just want the upper hand. They're impatient, they're impulsive, and it costs them. Honestly, it costs them opportunities. It costs them collaborations. Sounds like it cost them you because they ghosted you, all right? So let's pull some more cards here. Queen of Swords. Oh, interesting. The Emperor. Yeah, and you're not here to mess around. Like, you're not here for all that nonsense. Come on. All right, so I see you guys as the Queen of Swords. Well, I feel like both your, like, okay, your like energy is Queen of Swords, Emperor, and some of you watching might have seen something in this person that you liked, in terms of like, maybe it was like a certain thing about their impulsivity or their ability to just like cut to the chase when they talk to you, and you felt like that was refreshing, and you're like, oh, there's so much BS out there with dating people and trying to get to know people. And this person was just really straightforward, and that was so refreshing. And like, I think that you ascribe to them qualities based on that, that maybe they don't actually have, because the moon here is reversed, which is like, okay, waking up. It's interesting how like there's like waking up cards here. And maybe that's for you, I think. The moon, like when it's upright, is like lies, deceit, deception. Also just like not being able to like see things clearly. I think you're reaching a point where you're seeing things clearly. And I think a lot of you are stepping back and just kind of like, all right, let me regroup, let me recalibrate. And I think that's the right thing for you guys to be doing, honestly. Let's pull some more cards. The Fool. Make a decision. Yeah, I think a lot of you are almost over this watching, which congratulations. You know, I think that when we're out here talking to people, dating, whatever you want to call it, like it doesn't go correctly or the way that we want it to. This Fool card. So the Fool card is interesting because it's associated, it's the first card in the deck, and it's associated with the planet Uranus. And the vibe with the Fool and Uranus is like, I'm an individual, so I can make my own choices. And yeah, like he's literally walking off a cliff, but like it's like you got to start somewhere. And that's what when I was saying earlier about like, things don't always go the way you want. It's kind of like, well, this is kind of what it is. You have to start somewhere. You know how they say you have to kiss a lot of frogs and all that. And I don't want you guys getting down on yourself because things didn't work out. Some of you aren't, but like, I don't want you getting down on yourself. It's just like, just treat it like, dude, this is like my life lessons, learning. I have to start somewhere. It's not going to be perfect. It takes a while to master something. You're not going to be a boss right out the gate. We have the Two of Swords here reversed, which is like a refusal to make a decision. Interesting, but it's next to the High Priestess, which is like intuition, magic. And I think that some of you with this High Priestess, like very intuitive card, you already know kind of like that this person wasn't really right for you, and you're coming out of the fog that you were in, and it's a lesson learned. You have the Five of Cups reversed. Now upright, it means like regrets and just like, you know, like he or she, whatever, it's like focused on like what they lost instead of like, well, I still have two cups that are still standing. Just focus on your loss. And I think like it's hard for you in the noise of all of this to really listen to and trust your intuition, but some of you are being called to do that. And yeah, let's see. Let's pull some more cards. Yeah, there's a lot of like refusal to like move on. Okay, yeah, I think that you guys are, a lot of you guys at least, are in this position where it's like you are feeling like it is time to move on, but you're like in that liminal space between like, I'm still upset about this, and then I'm kind of over it. And I think you just have to let that kind of play out. One thing that'll help with a lot of you is just getting busy with your own stuff, like going and, for some of you, literally like this Eight of Pentacles, it's like go and do something with your hands, go and create something, just distract yourself. That'll help you, because this Ten of Swords is like, Ten of Swords means it's like done, but then it's like when you hit rock bottom and then you bounce. So that's good for you. The Sun is reversed, which is like unhappiness. And then we have the Hanged Man reverse, which is like, again, like it's very similar in energy to the Two of Swords reverse, which is like, I'm not going to make a decision. I'm going to stay stuck here. There's a part of you that wants to stay stuck. But I think, yeah, why do you want to stay stuck? Let's pull a few more cards on that. Yeah, resisting change. Yeah, I mean, I think that you guys wanted this to work out, and the person was just like immature. And it was necessary change that I think is getting resisted. I don't see you actually being happy with this person necessarily, but I think you fantasized them into thinking, like with that sun reverse card in the last pull, like the pull before last, it's like, I think that if like you did get together with them, it's funny because like the sun and the moon are reverse. I just don't think you would be happy. I think you would be, it would be like a short-lived victory, and that they would cause like chaos, and I think that they would pull you down into immaturity, and you would be, yeah, like see this Nine of Swords, it's like you coming out of, you're on your way out of this grieving like process basically. um I think allowing yourself to see that somebody who a ghosts you, like someone should not ghost you. Like if you want to have a real relationship, like, you know, I mean, obviously unless there's like something really bad going on and like it's like dangerous emotionally or physically and whatnot. I'm not really talking about those things. It's more or less like in other circumstances people should not be ghosting you. So let's pull some composition, healing. Yep, guys are healing, determination. Interesting. So we have 3 shadow composition oracle cards. So energy, I'm just gonna look this up really fast for you in the little booklet. Energy means being enthusiastic and driven. And yeah, I think you are enthusiastic and driven. That's a good thing. Unfortunately, this person didn't really have what it took to meet you there, but that doesn't mean that you're bad. Union means, well, pair, attract, merge. I think you are, yeah, you're like, I'm ready for a serious relationship. I think some of you are. And some of you, you're just like, why can't I find the person? I think, yeah, quite a few of you watching are probably looking for something serious. And yeah, I think that you guys are still in a healing phase. And for some of you, so I'm just going to read healing. Healing is rest, wellness, care, yeah, duh. And then determination on the right is invested, effort, long. So yeah, I mean, I think that to me, this says that you guys are almost, you guys have progressed in getting past this, but there's still some lingering angst and unhappiness and desire. And yeah, and I think that let's pull a card from the mermaids and dolphins to see about a next step for you that will help you. I do think that getting distracted, working with your hands, getting out into the world, like focusing on work maybe too, is going to be something that, oh, interesting. Self-forgiveness. Yeah. You know, okay, and I was going to say this earlier, but I forgot. So now this card reminds me, thank you. There's something about this connection where you do feel like you maybe betrayed yourself a little bit. And it's like the universe is testing you. The universe keeps throwing you, maybe not the exact same problem, but something similar where it's like you want something, you ascribe meaning to the person that you meet and think that they can give it to you. They behave badly, whether it's ghosting or something else, but you don't let go. You hold on and you try to invest energy. And you struggle with that. And I think that maybe some of you have struggled with that historically. And so this is kind of bringing up, this current ghosting situation is kind of bringing up some of those old wounds, unfortunately for you. But hey, the more stuff gets brought up, the more chance we have to work through it and heal, right? So, I mean, healing was literally in your spread. So I'm going to read self-forgiveness. And I think it's really just like, yeah, like back to the Fool card. It's like, I mean, I did pull a Fool card, right? Yeah, back to the Fool card. It's like, you have to start somewhere and there's going to be bumps along the road. And if you can do yourself the huge service of not, and I know this is hard to do, but not taking it as like a reflection on you or your worth, which is like everybody struggles with that apparently. Totally get it. That would be huge though, if you can be like, look, this is about them. The way people act is a reflection of them. And I know that like it's easy for me to say that, but I think that you're approaching a deeper like body understanding of that knowledge. But self-forgiveness might be one of the key components. So I'm going to just read off from the booklet. Let go of old guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child. You've been very hard on yourself lately, using harsh words toward yourself verbally or mentally. While it's healthy to hold yourself up to high standards, this card says that you've bordered on self-abuse. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's normal to feel regret occasionally. What's important, though, is how you handle these mistakes. As you focus on your positive attributes, your self-esteem will increase, and your stress level will be diminished. Remember that guilt is the opposite of love. Your guilt does not help anyone or anything, but your divine love helps everyone, everywhere. Affirm, I ask that all effects of my mistakes be undone in all directions of time, and I now release all guilt completely. I love my true self from top to bottom. Boom. Yeah, so I think, yeah, this is like part of your journey. You're not quite where you want to be yet, but you're getting there through all these experiences. Be compassionate with yourself. Forgive yourself. It doesn't help you to beat yourself up. And, you know, there's that poem. Maybe you guys can Google it. I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like, I feel like it applies to you guys, where it's like, I walk down the street and there's a hole in the street and I step into the hole and I fall in and I'm stuck. And then it's like chapter 2. It's like, I walk down the street and I see the hole. I don't want to step in the hole, but I end up stepping in the hole anyway and I fall in and I'm stuck. And then chapter 3 is like, I walk down the street and I see the hole and I dodge it or something. And then chapter 4 is like, I walk down a like different street. So, I mean, I'm very paraphrasing. If any of you know the poem that I'm talking about, please do post in the comments because I'd love to find it. If you guys know what I'm talking about. But you're in that process and it's trial and error and it's full card energy and it's healing and you're learning about yourself. If you can do yourself the justice of not blaming yourself or taking it all so personally in the process and just being like, hey, this didn't work out for me, but you know, tomorrow's another day, kind of like building that resilience. And yeah, doing that through self-forgiveness and keeping busy and reminding yourself, I still have worth. So I hope that reading was helpful for you, pile number 2. Thank you for watching. If you liked that, I am supposed to tell you to please like and subscribe in my robot voice, because this is a little fledgling YouTube tarot channel. Fawn of the forest. Tell all your forest fawn friends out there, your sensitive woodland creature friends, about this new tarot channel. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today's question is, do they regret ghosting you? And I'm, of course, going to say, well, they darn well should. But let's get some clarification and clarity and empowerment going for you in the reading. I've already shuffled the cards, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? Oh, Queen of Wands. Do they regret it? King of Pentacles. Okay. There's a lot of interesting energy here. Of course, I'm drawn, of course, first to the Queen of Wands and her little black cat and her little sunflower. I think you guys are cool, whoever's watching. And I see you guys as the Queen of Wands, honestly. And maybe they did too, before they ghosted you. BG, before ghosting. And for some of you, I feel like there was some kind of heartbreak happening. There was could have been an argument, could have been a betrayal, could have been a disagreement, or a difference in values, but it caused both of you to feel hurt. And I don't think that you guys are feeling as hurt as you felt before. But I do think that there was hurt. I see the King of Pentacles as kind of their energy, honestly. And whenever I see the King of Pentacles reversed, I think of greed. I think of like somebody losing ground, like losing power. I think of someone thinking they know everything. And that really doesn't jive well with the Queen of Wands upright energy. Let's just put it that way. Then we have over here this tricky card, which is the Seven of Swords reversed. There are no bad cards in tarot, by the way, just so you know. But They all have different energies. And so the Seven of Swords is like, it's like a failure to hide something. Oh, interesting. I wonder if some of you, there was like cheating or some kind of indiscretion, um, possibly on the part of the person who ghosted you. And because like when it's upright, it's like, I'm getting away with something. I'm so cunning and resourceful. But then it's like reverse. So it's like, oh, I got caught. Like, sorry for that weird laughter that I did. But let's pull some more cards, shall we? Okay. You want to talk to them. Of course you do. Otherwise, why would you be watching this video? Part of you wants to talk to them. Maybe not entirely. I'm not encouraging you to talk to them, by the way. I think if someone goes to you, it's not cool. Unless it's like extreme circumstances. Okay, so let's see. Ace of Swords. So, yeah, a desire to, again, talk to them. The swords are like verbal communication, and the ace is like, all right, let's try something. Let's strike a match. I think since that's under your Queen of Wands, I'm like, okay, so I see that more as you. Yeah, yeah, something bad happened here, obviously. I mean, maybe not for all of you. If you don't resonate with this reading, feel free to not try to force it into your life and maybe pick a different pile. But the Nine of Cups reversed is like something that not getting what you wanted, basically. Not getting what you wanted. And I'm sorry that you guys got disappointed. I do see in you guys, though, watching, that there's a lot of strength and just like badassery in a lot of you guys. And so, yeah, I mean, I feel like this person, whoever ghosted you, like saw it too. They just weren't equipped to deal with it. We have the Page of Wands. Like, yeah, I think, okay, so it's one of those things where it's like, maybe this person initially, and this might not apply to everybody, but like initially they were like, oh, you know what, this person, you, is so beautiful or so alluring and smart or whatever it is. And so I'm just going to shoot my shot. And to your surprise, or sorry, to their surprise, you were like, okay, yeah, I'll talk to you. I'll engage. I'll see what this could be. That's because you guys are cool. But it didn't turn out so good because they got problems. They got, here we go over again with the Two of Pentacles, which is like imbalance, not being able to choose. I do get the sense that there was like a third party, and it might not be a person. It could be like drugs or something. But it could be like there was something. You feel like you let your guard down with them, and they just shat all over it. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so for you and yeah, I feel like your energy is over like here and they're over there. So, although, that could change, at least up until this point. But I do see it's kind of like, yeah, you opened the gates. You were like, I'll give you a chance. And then somehow you found yourself as the underdog in the situation. It was almost like, for some of you, it's like they pursued you. They shot their shot. And you were kind of like, okay, well, whatever. But then you ended up somehow, it flipped over. And I mean, been there, but it flipped over. And you were kind of the one chasing. And this person I see needs a lot of self-reflection. They need to do a lot of work. They should probably be alone while they do that. But they're the type to just be like, well, I'll just jump into another relationship or something. Like, I'll just, this is a person who, I get the sense, distracts themselves from their underlying problems with relationships. And it's kind of like that energy of like, well, I can't be that bad because I have a girlfriend, or, I can't be that horrible person because they haven't left me. Well, yeah, you can, but oh man, yeah, it's like they're looking for. But then, I do get the sense that they did. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something where I do see like a third party or something. Let's try to get something. Go. They might try to come back, honestly. They're looking for some kind of happy resolution to this, but I don't necessarily. I see you wasting your resources and your time if they do come back. because this person doesn't know how to be serious, quite frankly. And you know, I've been here too, so I get it. It's like when they do come back, it's like you're gonna want to just jump right in and be like, okay, okay, because you're just like, this hurts, and you are the person who can fix it. But no, they can't. The Wheel of Fortune is reversed. That's bad luck. No, no, no. It's not going to happen. This person can only grow so much, and they're not even doing that much work to grow, or don't even really understand. Um, it's funny that they came up with like happily ever after card, the Ten of Cups, and then the Lovers too. It's like they're like delusional a little bit. Not diagnosing them as, but like kind of being like, or maybe, you know what? I think it's like the type where like they know how to inspire in others. And that's what's so confusing about this, is that they know how to inspire in others these visions of like, wow, yeah, like we could have a future together, and we could have the happily ever after, and we could have a positive, healthy relationship. That's how they, that is how they kind of lure people in. And I don't want to use the word predatory, but like it's confusing to people. Like, I guess you might call it future faking or whatnot. And maybe if they're not like outright like telling you these things, like, yes, we're going to get married and have a house and a baby and the kids. It's like they're still making some kind of suggestions, either verbally or like energetically or through their actions, that would make a person be like, oh, this person really like sees endgame with me, sees long term with me, but they don't have the equipment to back it up, basically. And I see that in a lot of these readings, actually. So let's pull some composition oracle deck cards for you. Let's get some real words out here. So, okay, opportunity, courage, processing, whoops, and tradition. Okay, I'm just going to use this little leaflet here to just read any other like clarifying words. So the first card is opportunity, which means new, inspire, prospect. Okay, courage, survive, persist, brave. Yeah, opportunity and courage. Okay, and interesting that these two white things are on. Yeah, tradition. Okay. Oh my Lord. Okay. I just got all hot, but I'm like mad at this person now for you. I'm mad at this person, pile number 3. Just let it be known. I'm on your side. So processing means let go, clear, dismiss. And then tradition means ritual, conventional, which totally lines up with like, this is like the Lovers, the Ten of Cups, like tradition. It's like this person will be like, I want marriage. And like hides behind this like, totally like the type to be like, a man and a woman should be married. Or, you know, okay, like, you know, maybe not like literally, but be like, it's the right thing to be an upstanding person and have the, you know, whatever. And it's just like, but then it's like, they totally do not like fill the role. It's all about like image to them. And they use the tradition stuff to lure people in a little bit, whether they're conscious of it or not. I'm not going to say that they're doing it in like a horrible, manipulative way, but I see that, that they consciously or unconsciously use it to lure people in, and that's not cool. And processing, yeah, well, that's like what they refuse to do. It's like, let go. Yeah, okay. Well, actually, it's funny because it says let go, clear, dismiss. Yeah, I think it's like they just turn the page. I mean, that sucks. Like, you know, I see this person running from accountability. Well, obviously, if they ghosted you, it wouldn't be crazy to think that someone who ghosts would run from accountability. But this is just the tip of the iceberg, pile number 3. I'm glad that you're not with this person anymore. You have a lot more to offer, Queen of Wands, with the cute sunflower and cute cat, and all your creativity and skills and passion. So I say, you know, although, you know, there's a part of you that is curious, like it's just going to drain and deplete you. So I say block. But again, you don't have to take my advice. This is just a reading. And tarot is just about what's possible. You know, it's possible at this moment. So let's draw a final Mermaids and Dolphins card for your next step, because you deserve a wonderful next step. Pile number 3. And I want to make sure you get it. See? Like, tranquility. Make time to relax. Be still and enjoy your solitude. Yeah, without this fool. Indulging in much needed self-care. Yes. Yeah, this person threw you off balance a little bit, whatever it happens to both of us, or it happens to, whoops, happens to the best of us too. Let me read off the little leaflet on tranquility. This card asks you to take a break from your harried schedule. Soaking or swimming in salty water. Yes, she is a mermaid. I didn't know that that bathtub had salt water in it, but okay. Creates a magical electrical energy shift in your body. The salt draws out emotional and physical toxins. Purchase sea salt from your local health food store's spice section and pour lots of the salt and fragrant essential oils into your warm bath water. Now, if you don't have a bath, you can do this. Well, you can use essential oils in the shower and shower bombs and stuff like that, which might be similar. Be sure to immerse your chest and heart chakra underwater as you soak in the tub in order to release toxic emotions. Burn a white candle near your bathtub. Safely, I might add. As you look at the flickering light, think about what you want. The white candlelight amplifies your thoughts and feelings. So think about your desires and not your fears. Because fear will keep you trapped. Fear will keep, fear will put you in a place where they'll like reach out again and you'll be like, okay, no. Do not feed the fears. Think about what you want instead. Let the salt water wash away any doubts that could block your manifestation. Ask the candle to illuminate your mind and with faith, sorry, having trouble reading today, and positive expectations. Enjoy this relaxation time and have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. It's going to be okay. So yeah, I think that without this person, you get a lot of tranquility, lean into it. White candles are kind of like the all-purpose candles in the witch world. So, and it's also like clarity, purity, kind of sobering up. And I think, yeah, this person threw you off your game a little bit. It happens. And it's time for you to sober up and come back to yourself in your body. And yeah, they have a lot of nonsense going on here that, you don't need, and you're better off without them. Anyone who goes to you, you're usually better off without. So I hope that reading was helpful for you, pile number 3. I'm wishing you all the best. If you liked that, please be sure to like and subscribe. I am supposed to say that to grow this little fledgling tarot channel, Fawn of the Forest, that I've just started. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Take good care. Bye.